Dear readers, today we are going to look at our reading goals from Bend 2 and set new reading goals for Bend 3 of our unit. Remember that readers get better with practice. So let's set new reading goals to work on so that we can become better readers. Love, Miss Cortate. So we've been learning even more challenging ways to think about our books. We've been comparing, contrasting, categorizing. And as we learn more and more, it's important to check in on the reading goals you made and see how you're doing. So let's take out our goal cards. So here is my goal card. Okay, and let's think about how we are doing. Remember, I had the goal of rereading a story to notice more details, but I practiced that until I was doing it all the time. And so I could cross that off because I didn't need to work on that anymore because every time I read, I was already doing that. I had worked on that. I had worked towards it and I had achieved my goal. So I crossed it off. Well, here's the goal that I've been working on. Notice when feelings change and then change your voice. This has been something I've been working on every day, every time I read. And now I'm doing it just naturally. I don't even have to think about it anymore. I don't even have to practice it anymore because I'm so good at it. I just do it. So you know what? I'm going to cross this one off. And today I'm going to set a new reading goal. Now let's think about the new things that we have learned. So remember, we've been working on learning lessons. This one says readers learn lessons. And the first thing we learned is to reread the ending and think, how did the trouble get fixed? Is this something that you need to work on? If it is, you might want to get out your goal sheet and write this one down. And this is something that you'll practice every day as you read. If this is something you're already really good at, then you wouldn't write it down. The next thing we learned was to think, what did the character realize or learn? Is this something that you're already doing? Or is this something that you need to work on? If it is something that you need to work on, perhaps you want to pause the video and write this on your goal card so that you can work on it every time you read. The next thing we learned how to do was to predict the lesson right from the start. I wonder if this is going to be one of those stories that teaches you, I don't know. Are you already doing this? Are you predicting the lesson right from the start? If you are, there's no need to write this down. But if this is something that you need to work on, get out your goal sheet and write this one down so you can practice it every time you read. And then the last thing that we learned is to compare and contrast books. What's the same and what's different? Remember, we've used a Venn diagram to practice this. Is this something that you need more practice with? If so, get out your goal sheet and write it down. So right now, I'm going to think about which one I need to work on. Well, I already know that I'm really good at the other goals on my goal sheet, so I cross those out. So let's see. You know what? I'm really good at this. I've been doing a lot of this, so this is not one that I need to work on. You know what? This is something that I keep forgetting to do. And so I'm not really sure if I'm good at it. So you know what? I think this one's going to be my next goal, but I'm going to go through the rest of them just to make sure that maybe I have two goals that I need to work on. Think, what did the character realize or learn? I'm constantly doing that every time I read, so I don't need that one. Reread the ending and think, how did the trouble get fixed? Oof, I do that already. I don't need to work on that one. And that's just the title. So you know what? This is the one that I'm going to write down. So I'm going to get out my goal sheet and I'm just going to copy it down. And this is what you should do too. If you need to pause the video when I have the goal that you need to work on up on the screen, pause the video and then write it down. So my new goal, predict the lessons right from the start. So next time I read a book, I'm going to look at the title. I'm going to look at the cover. I'm going to do a sneak peek. I might read the back blurb. And I'm going to try to think, is this going to be a story that teaches me? I don't know. And then I'm going to make a prediction. So when I read from now on, I'm going to keep my goal card right next to me so that I remember to work on my new goal. And I want you to do the same because remember, readers, we only become better readers if we practice and we work on those things that we need to get better at. So one more time, I am going to go through the new things we learned. And I want you to pause the video if this is something that you need to work on, and I want you to write it on your goal sheet. Reread the ending and think, how did the trouble get fixed? Think, what did the character realize or learn? Predict the lesson right from the start. Compare and contrast books. What's the same? What's different? All right, boys and girls, good luck finding your next reading goal and practicing it every time you read so that you become the best reader you can be. Off you go.